Okay, Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, when the annual conference rolls around each year, it provides party members with an opportunity to speak with, listen to and challenge our elected representatives. This is a beneficial experience for everyone, particularly the elected representatives, who need to grasp the mood of the party members and the party faithful. Irrespective of what you may think, we do enjoy listening to those ideas and taking on board some of the suggestions that come around. You will appreciate it's impossible to implement everything. And there are few corridors more powerful than those in Brussels, which is where the man that I'm about to introduce comes in. Jim Nicholson MEP is not only one of our most senior and most trusted representatives, he is also one of the most valuable. Having served as a member of the European Parliament since 1989, Jim's record of delivery for the people of Northern Ireland is incredible. Helping to secure vast sums of peace money and European funding for investment with key projects, but certainly not the Maze-Long Cache Conflict Transformation Centre. He is and has always protected and promoted our farming and agricultural community. He welcomes business leaders from right across the continent, challenging the bureaucracy that hampers and undermines our relations with Europe. These are just some of the ways in which Jim has put his shoulder to the wheel for the people of Northern Ireland. Presently, Jim sits with the European Conservatives and Reformists group, the fourth largest group in the European Parliament. Other MEPs would like you to believe that by not being part of a group in the European Parliament, they are somewhat better placed. Well, call me cynical if you like, but given that Europe has a population of over 739 million people, I prefer to go with strength in numbers. A loud, strong voice is what's needed, and that is exactly what you get from Jim Nicholson. Indeed, that's why his colleagues in the European Conservatives and Reformist groups made him the Agriculture Coordinator for that group. He is also a member of the European Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development, and in short, Jim Nicholson is one of the leading voices for agriculture in the United Kingdom, and I, for one, take great comfort knowing that a man with his integrity and experience is speaking up for the Northern Ireland public day and daily. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Nicholson is not just a regular politician, he is simply one of the bottle. He is a giant of unionist politics with an unparalleled record of delivery, an in-depth knowledge of European politics, and with an admiration, respect and trust of his colleagues. He is quite simply the person we need in Brussels. As I know, he retains the passion and desire to keep delivering for the people of Northern Ireland today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and for many years to come. He will keep delivering for what's right for Northern Ireland. So I invite Jim Nicholson to take the podium. Thank you.
Oh, there. Brilliant. It's okay. Thank you very much, Tom. Can I also take this opportunity to welcome everyone to this year's conference. It's great to see you all, so many familiar faces and indeed new members alike, and all very active. It's been great to listen to the number of younger members outlining the party's 5 commitments that were launched in April of this year. Can I also take this opportunity to digress a little bit from my speech and congratulate our Minister on an excellent speech today and the way in which this party is putting forward and putting Northern Ireland first, and the way in which he is doing that. And not only is he doing it at home, he's going abroad and he's going to Europe and he's taking on board new ideas that other people have tried out and bringing them back to strengthen the province of Northern Ireland. Well done, Danny. These next 7 months running up to the election will be an opportunity to raise the banner for our party, which has for over 100 years represented the people of Northern Ireland. And today I want to talk about the Ulster Unionist Party's future in Europe. We are a party that has the benefit of hindsight and of foresight, the party with experience and inspiration, and most importantly, we are the party that is doing what is right for Northern Ireland. Doing what is right for Northern Ireland, this has been my priority since going to the European Parliament in 1989. Conference, I also know that this commitment reflects what drives you all on a daily basis too, be it in the Assembly, the Council chambers, associations or community groups across the province. You are all, in your own way, doing what's right for Northern Ireland. 2013 has been a turbulent year for the European Union. The Eurozone, our largest export market, is very weak. The battle against European integration looms large in the corridors of power in Brussels, and we have yet to finalise the legislation on the European Union's budget for the next 6 years. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bucket load of money to spend and no legal basis in which to do it. That's the harsh reality. So is it any wonder that everyone wants a referendum and to get some clarity, and it is on the table at this moment? And while I don't want to dwell too much on the in and out debate today, I will say this. In Europe, as in any case in any walk of life, if you're not in, you can't win. Be in no doubt of this. If a member state stands on ceremony or refuses to be present at the negotiating table in Europe, then it will lose its seat, its subsidies, and its influence above all else. Recently, the Germans changed the draft environmental laws on emissions to protect their car manufacturers, which no doubt went a long way to helping Angela Merkel get re-elected last month. And the French, well, there's always a good story or two about the French. President Hollande threatened to derail the most important trade negotiations to ever take place between the US and the EU. These negotiations, worth billions to both economies, were almost thwarted because just to protect their film and television industry. Fellow Unionists, my work as a lead negotiator on the Common Agriculture Policy threw up plenty of protectionist proposals. There was even an MEP trying to get support for rabbit farmers included within the new package. But Conference, I can understand their intentions. They want to do what is right for their constituency, just as I want to do what is right for Northern Ireland and make sure they didn't get what they wanted. Although we in Northern Ireland are a small region of the EU, it is vital that we are well represented in the European Parliament, especially as MEPs now have real power to influence legislation. As the MEP for Northern Ireland, my job is to make sure that your voice is heard when the decisions are being made, to ensure that local businesses are reaping the benefits of the single market, to ensure that community groups can access the funding necessary to provide valuable service to their communities. Whether it was working to secure the first peace programme in the 1990s, and I am pleased to say Peace 4 has now been secured for the next 5-6 years, or highlighting the particular needs of Northern Ireland's farmers in the recent negotiations on the future of the CAP. I have long seen the importance of getting on with the job, building alliances with the Parliament, fighting to get the best possible deal for everyone in Northern Ireland. Believe me, given the agenda of some of those involved in the CAP negotiations, the outcome would have been much, much worse. The package would have been totally unworkable at farm level, the farmers totally tied up with red tape, and government spending even more of their money on administration and less on food produced at a time when food security should be our top priority. Using my working relationships and position as Agriculture Coordinator of the ECR Group, I helped secure the best possible outcome for Northern Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, my report card in the Europe speaks for itself. I have a strong track record on getting things done. I have also been working with colleagues to ensure that the new funding package for research and innovation, Horizon 2020, worth over 70 billion, recognises the particular needs of micro businesses, which are crucial part of the Northern Ireland economy. Red tape must be reduced to help speed the rate of money getting out to the businesses and the universities. These are just a few examples of the work recently signed off in Brussels, which will bring about benefits in the future. It's also very satisfying to see previous work bearing fruit. Only last week I welcomed Malcolm Harbour, MEP, one of my colleagues from the ECR group, to Northern Ireland. Malcolm chairs a committee which has real impact on businesses and consumers. Along with Danny Kinahan, we visited Schrader Electronics, which is headquartered in Antrim and has also a large workforce in Carrickfergus, and is a world leader in supplying car companies across the globe. This is a perfect example of Northern Ireland innovation at its best, making the most of the single market. The expansion at that site has been rapid in recent years, now employing 1,100 people, and the result, a thriving company providing good jobs, exporting globally, investing in research, and contributing to the economy. I have worked closely with this company and others as I regularly consult with businesses to help improve legislation being developed in Brussels. Looking to the future, I can reveal today that I have been selected by the Agriculture Committee to be their rapporteur on the EU-US trade agreement. That means, conference, that Northern Ireland will have an MEP leading the committee's response to that are the crucial talks which will have wide-ranging implications for our region and for the whole of the EU in the next 2 or 3 years. I know from experience that bureaucrats in Brussels do not always know best, and I welcome that President Barroso has recognised the fact that Brussels should not meddle in every aspect of our daily lives. I've consistently highlighted the burden of unnecessary regulations, and I welcome the pledge to reduce red tape. I will carefully study President Barroso's full proposals when they are published next week. He will be judged by the whole of Europe, and I will hold them to account. But Stormont departments must realise that how they interpret and implement EU directives can make a crucial difference also. Gold plating by our government increases the burden on our businesses, on our province, right throughout the whole of Northern Ireland. For my part, I will continue to do everything possible to reduce the burden of red tape and unnecessary bureaucracy, flagging up its potential negative impact on our day-to-day lives. We're all aware of the costs associated with being in the EU. What is less discussed are the benefits, particularly those which come from accessing the single market. A recent survey of manufacturers across the UK suggests that support for our continued membership of the EU remains strong in the manufacturing industry. And Hitachi and Nissan, two big companies in mainland UK, have already reiterated their warnings against the UK withdrawing from the single market. So yes, we must seek to reform and fully engage in the debate about our relationship within the European Union. But this debate must properly weigh up all the positives and the negatives of remaining a member of Europe. There is too much at stake for simple knee-jerk reaction. The debate leading to a referendum must therefore be centred on facts, not fiction. In the meantime, my focus will continue to ensure that Northern Ireland's voice is heard in Europe. Whilst we as Ulster Unionists work for the benefit of Northern Ireland, there are others who seek to pursue party interests above all else. The opposition of Sinn Féin and the SDLP to the National Crime Agency being fully operational in Northern Ireland is one such case and example. As coordinator in the European Parliament Special Committee on Crime, I have serious concerns that this opposition fails to recognise the very real human cost of organised crime. And we in Northern Ireland know about this. The facts are clear. Organised crime is a highly sophisticated, professional, global network with the ability to exploit advances in technology. Cybersecurity is a huge issue for all governments in Europe today. Organised criminals locate and exploit gaps wherever they exist. The job of politicians is to put in place the framework to disrupt their activities at every turn, and that's what we're trying to do, because corruption and crime goes way beyond our shores. Sinn Féin and the SDLP have failed spectacularly on this issue. Let me say also the carve-up regarding RPA and the power grab by the DUP and Sinn Féin in the planning bill and the crusade